state to state, because I guess it was just completely okay to have these videos up to this day on her page, on her 4.8 million follower page, by the way. And as I just said, I don't know where she lives. She has Vegas Girly in the description, so I guess the rules are a little bit different there. But then at the same time, now you know her name, a lot of the faces of her students, and they all live in Las Vegas. Maybe it's not a massive amount of information, but with today's technology and how crazy people could be, that can be more than enough information to find out who these people are. So beyond weird to get clout and followers based off of other people's children, stop posting your students on social media. There are just some of the comments. I would say overall, that's not the sentiment with too many of her followers. But like I said before, with the technology that we have a clip up on screen now. It's a video of a guy finding out who this person is at a particular protest just with an image of their face. There's a lot of different places you can look going through databases, and you are not nearly as private as you think in this world. You can make the argument that it's not fair and that it's scary, but that's just the world that we live in now. And you're opening up students to this particular type of problem.
As a high school teacher, here are things on Teacher Talk that I think are really weird. Number one, filming with your students in class, whether it is legal or not in your state. In my state specifically, it is actually illegal to film in a classroom and to film your students or with your student. I think it's really weird when teachers do this, and it's very performative in my opinion, especially when you're supposed to be trying to teach and kids know they're being recorded, so they are going to act differently. Also, in my opinion, people in general are uncomfortable being recorded, especially in places where you have perceived privacy, so that's weird to me. Number two, making assignments to read specifically on social media. I also think that is very weird. If you're trying to post student work, you should be having like parental consent, form signed, etc. Like there's a lot of hoops you should have to jump through in order to even be able to do that. And I don't feel like a lot of the times that's what's being done here, so I think that's weird.
So there you go. Certain states allow it and others don't, which I'm honestly pretty surprised that it's allowed at all. And to add on top of doing TikTok trends with the kids, then you have specific assignments that you made just to be able to make more content online. Does nobody else think that this is completely out of line? We have a comment from one of you guys. I'm a high school teacher, and in my country, it's absolutely forbidden to make videos or even take photos with the students without written permission. 100% you could be fired with no further explanation for safety reasons. So we could get into that point of the video where people are getting canned.
The teacher who went viral for letting his students take out his braids was fired from his job. His students began texting him after he never showed up to his classes, which made him emotional.
So this is one that I guess is a little bit different than the previous clips because it looks like they're high school students, however, still minors. But this TikToker did get fired because they had faces and voices in a bunch of his videos for everybody, the entire world to see. Kinda weird to me as well that he had a whole bunch of text messages from his students. I know some will make the argument that it's a more proactive teacher. It could help the students learn more compared to a very boring one that just gives lectures 24/7. Still though, kind of rubs me the wrong way, and especially in today's job market, you need to be very careful because I would not risk getting canned right now. We have another example here of somebody who didn't even film the kids, but made content around her job and ended up getting fired.
Story time about how I got fired over a TikTok. At the beginning of the school year, I worked for a subbing agency. The subbing agency had me placed at a long-term assignment at a middle school. I posted a TikTok regarding unhinged things that middle schoolers say. If you know a middle schooler or you love a middle schooler, they're the most unhinged people on the planet, and I couldn't love them more for it. So I posted the video, and it received a lot of feedback. It received a lot of likes. It received a lot of views. I was so excited about it. I had never had a TikTok go viral. Monday morning, I got a text from the subbing agency that said, "Do not go into work due to the TikTok." I had not posted where I worked. I had not posted the city I worked in, and I am not new to education. I know better than to ever post a child's name, face, voice, or anything of the like. I offered to take the TikTok down, and they said, yes, take it down. I did. They made me wait a day to hear back and still fired me.
So again, I would not risk my job right now for the potential of going viral. Whether you think that was fair or not, she's still out of a job, while also posting a video about how she got fired, which in my opinion would make it harder for any future positions, because honestly, not a lot of employers would want to take the risk. But we could switch over to a topic that I don't really even know what it would be called. I mean, maybe thirst trap teacher TikTok? I truly don't know. But there's been a lot of drama recently of teachers being the office siren, if you watched that video from a while ago, wearing pretty inappropriate things to class, filming themselves doing it and putting it up on their TikTok, and inevitably getting in trouble for it.
So I was recently fired from my teaching job because all the other female employees and female students were jealous of the way that I dressed and looked at work.
This is the exact outfit I was wearing on the day that I was unfortunately let go, and as you can see, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it.
So this is clearly a skit. This person makes fun of a whole bunch of different issues on TikTok, but honestly, not too far off. There were a ton of videos like this. We have another one up on screen, but if you didn't see anything about this, apparently there's a TikToker going by Teacher Bay that is basically doing exactly what you see up on screen. Her name being Miss Teacher Bay did it for me. 95% accuracy. Your dress is too long. The way that this isn't an exaggeration, this obviously got a whole bunch of attention and reactions online, and she ended up deleting a whole bunch of these videos. I wonder why. There's a lot of back and forth whether she got fired for these or not. Nobody really knows, but overall some pretty inappropriate things to wear, very similar to the office siren videos I made a while ago, but this adds a layer when your job is to teach minors. Now I will say this isn't the only instance that I found of people doing this. Other teachers would put the cameras down and record themselves while they're teaching in, let's just say, very interesting angles. One of them that I saw was, again, another kindergarten teacher with over 500,000 followers, and the comments were just filled with degenerates